What's up, everybody? Creatures of Darkness coming at you today with the current state of Dragon Ball and why I feel like it's pretty much over with, and it should end. To be honest, I love Dragon Ball Z. I always have since I was a kid. That was the first anime I ever saw. I remember one time I was flipping through channels. This was in '97, maybe '98. Pretty sure it was '97, and I was like 7 years old. I was flipping through channels, and I see a big green guy standing on a cliff. Of course, now I know his name's Piccolo, but I didn't know who he was at the time. And I see him like he was training Gohan. It was like the Saiyan arc. They were getting ready for the Saiyans to come, and I didn't know anything about Dragon Ball Z or anything at that time. And I just came across it and thought, wow, this looks really cool. Next day, I went and told my friends about it at school, and they started watching it, and then we all started watching Toonami, and that's how I got into Dragon Ball Z. And later, I would get into watching Dragon Ball as well. But there's a lot of nostalgia in it for me, as I'm sure there is for other '90s kids as well, and kids that grew up on it, maybe in the early 2000s, the Toonami era. Um, but I feel like the way it's handled today just isn't true to what it was. Remember when Goku was a badass? You know what I mean? Remember when he was like, he knew what to do, he was smart. Like he had a battle strategy, he had a plan. He had a plan to defeat Raditz. He had a plan to defeat Nappa and Vegeta. Like he was a brilliant tactician to the point to where he defeated Frieza on Namek, man. And he even tricked Frieza. If you guys remember the battle when he went underwater and was like, lighting up his, like KI blasts, he tricked Frieza into thinking that that's where he was, and he wasn't even there. So he was using those as like torpedoes against Frieza. I don't like the way that Goku is handled, or really any of the characters are handled in Super. They make Goku look like a complete idiot, and that's just not Goku. He was never stupid. Um, there was always a little bit of comedy in the show, of course, but not to the point to where it is now, man. Like they make him look like he doesn't know anything and he can be easily tricked and fooled, and that's just not Goku. I feel like that they don't understand the character at all. um and Vegeta's my favorite. Remember what a badass he was? Remember how he sacrificed himself against Majin Buu, man? That was awesome. And in Super, they just treat Vegeta like he's just like, I don't know, nothing, like a side character, like a joke, like, and he's scared of Beerus. And I think that's all bull, man. Vegeta wouldn't be afraid of Beerus. Like, no, man, Vegeta's the prince of all Saiyans. You guys remember that? I'm the prince of all Saiyans. They used to play that on Toonami all the time. Um, but I just feel like the characters are not handled right in Super. And I feel like it's really just become a cash grab now. They're not taking the characters seriously. Um, and I just feel like I just don't like Super. I would rather watch GT than Super any day. And I know I'll get probably a lot of hate for that. But man, I'll tell you what, I like GT. I really like GT. And I like Super Saiyan 4, which I think that they've recently made that canon within Super. But um, yeah, I'm just not crazy about Super, man. I really think the franchise needs to end. I think it's run its course, and I really think it should have ended with GT. I'll be honest with you. Like everybody raves about Battle of the Gods, and sure, that was okay, I guess, until they tried to make multiple cash grabs, and wanted to do Battle of the Gods for what is this, the third or the fourth time they're remaking it? I think it's the third time they're remaking the Battle of the Gods movie. And it's like, dude, we get it. We've seen it, okay? Everybody gets it. Like, Yeah, man, it's just not how it was, and maybe that's nostalgia talking. You know, nostalgia's dangerous. Nostalgia's kind of like a drug, right? It kind of prevents us from seeing things the way that they are today. But I just, from someone that loves these characters and grew up on these characters, like many of you did, I'm sure. I miss when Goku and Vegeta were badasses, man. You know what I mean? I miss when Goku and Vegeta would team up like in the movies, right? And they would remember when Vegeta fought against Metal Cooler. Metal Cooler was about to kill Goku, and Vegeta like kicks Metal Cooler off of him, and he's like, "Nobody's gonna kill Kakarot but me." Dude, that's Vegeta. That's the real Vegeta, man. It's not some dude cowering at the god of destruction like they make him out to be in Super. And once again, too, Goku is not stupid. He is a brilliant tactician. He's smart. This is a guy that defeated Frieza, which nobody was able to do at that time. He was the only person that had ever defeated Frieza, and he didn't do it just because of brute strength. He was smart. He was tactical. He devised the plan for them to use the Namekian Dragon Balls to wish everybody off of Namek except for him and Frieza. He is a smart tactician. And Vegeta is a smart tactician as well. Vegeta is a badass. Just like Piccolo said. I think Piccolo said that Vegeta, he said this in an episode of Dragon Ball Z. I think they were fighting the androids. And he said that Vegeta was a mastermind when it came to fighting. And so is Goku. And yeah, I don't know. I think Super is just too goofy. It's too silly. It lost the point of like the coolness factor, that Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball GT had, and even Dragon Ball. I would watch Dragon Ball before I watch GT. And I have all of them. I have the old box sets of all of them. I have all of Dragon Ball. I have the orange bricks of Dragon Ball Z. And I've got Dragon Ball GT because I'm big into physical media and I believe in collecting physical media. But I got to tell you, I will probably never own Super. I will never own it. I have read the manga of Super for the most part. It's okay. Not as good as DBZ. But yeah, I really am disappointed where we're at the Dragon Ball community right now. Like, I feel like this is kind of the end of the run. They're not taking these characters seriously. It's becoming more about a cash grab, which was why I threw up the picture of Goku and the Angel Wings there with King Kai and the Angel Wings. I thought that was appropriate for this video. And but yeah, that's really all I kind of have to say on it. I think we're going in a bad direction as a fandom, and I think that we should just stop giving into any little thing that they do, that they throw Goku and Vegeta in, and call it good. Because the fact of the matter is, Battle of the Gods is really not good. It's not. Super is not good. And I would much rather go back and watch the Dragon Ball Z movies than I would the old ones, than I would Battle of the Gods. Like, give me Tree of Might any day. I love the Tree of Might. Or the Dead Zone. I would watch those a million times before I paid money to see Battle of the Gods again. Like, give us some content with some serious characters. Like, make Goku a little bit more like he was. Make Vegeta like he was. And throw the others a bone too, man. Throw Piccolo in there. Throw Krillin in there for old time's sake. Give us a real story with a little bit of seriousness to our characters. Give them the battle intelligence that we know that they have. Anyway, that was my rant for today, and I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I do hope we get more serious stories in the future, but I don't think it's going to happen just because of the way that it's being handled now and by the people that are handling it now. So it's a real shame, and I really think that the Dragon Ball franchise is done for. I really think it's dead, and I think that they're just going to keep running it into the ground as a cash grab, and that's a real shame. That's a real shame. I wish it could have went out on a highlight. I would have much rather it went out at the end of GT, with Goku falling asleep on the dragon, and that would have been better than what we get in Super. But anyway, you guys take care. Peace.